Okay, so this is introducing the idea of 3v2. We're going to introduce it first with what the defense has to do. So we're going to talk about a defensive drill first, and then we're going to go live. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But the first one we're going to do is a defensive drill. And this can be anywhere on the field. Every coach is going to get about 7 to 8 players. So we're going to just be split up all over the field. You don't need cages to do this drill. And everyone has to be sort of hands-on in what they're doing. So here's the drill. You're going to get 3 guys in a triangle with a ball, and then you're going to put 2 guys in the middle as defensemen. So what the defensemen are saying is either I have ball or I have 2. Okay? So I have ball or I have 2. So to start, this defenseman would say I have ball. This defenseman would stay there and say I have 2. On your command, you're going to say pass or throw. And then they're going to throw to one side or the other. This defenseman will now break down and say I have ball. This defenseman will work back in the middle and say I have 2. And then say pass again. And they're going to pass, and then they'll rotate around. This defenseman I have ball. This defenseman I have 2. So they'll keep rotating around. For the beginning part, for probably today, you're going to instruct them on when to pass, because what happens is it gets too quick and then people aren't in the right spots. So say pass, make sure the defenseman is set up correctly, and then say pass again. You can also have them rotate it in the other direction. So say pass other direction or pass rotate other direction, and then they would pass back. So if this guy has the ball and he just got it from this attackman, he would then go back, and this attackman would come back, and this attackman would go, or this defenseman would go back to where he was. Okay, so that's the drill. The way I see it is you'll probably have about 8 guys in a group. You'll have a couple guys waiting. Get 2 guys through, and then put 2 guys in on defense. Take those 2 guys out, or you could put them in on offense and bring those 2 guys out to put them in line on defense. Remember, this is a defensive drill, so the key is making sure we have guys playing defense. Everyone's got to know what they're doing on defense. The next thing we do is we're actually going to do 3v2s at 4 cages. So the way it's going to be set up is you're going to have players here and then players here. And just do half white, half red, or excuse me, half white and half blue. Put the blue guys behind the cage because we'll have enough to do half. And then you'll switch like halfway through. I'll say switch, and then we'll switch jobs. You'll be over here with the ball. So the way it's going to work is you're going to say defense go. Defense is going to run in and plant themselves in the eye that you just taught them. Then we're going to throw it to the top player. Now, the one thing I want to make sure is that they are running, no jogging. So give them enough distance. Maybe this is probably 20 yards away from cage. Once he catches it, they're live. They're going to attack. We want to tell this defenseman to play a waiting game and then step up at about 10 yards. Okay? When that defenseman steps up, this offensive player now has options. His options are to throw it to either side. We have mostly righties, so I'm guessing we're going to throw in this direction. Once that pass has been made, this defenseman will now come up and say, I got ball, and it's this job of this guy's to get back in the hole. Now, it should be 2 passes and a goal because there's 2 defensemen. So we should have 2 passes and a goal if we do it correctly. Okay? Now, on that pass, this attackman, all right, coaching key here is that this attackman should be attacking the back cage. So he wants to end up almost on the crease. And then it's 1 pass, leaving this slide very long, okay? And then should be 2 passes and in the cage, okay? So look at that again. You have your 3 players on the outside, coach with the ball. He's going to throw the ball here. You should already have 2 defensemen in the middle. This guy's going to attack until he's played. This defenseman steps up. We make 1 pass. It's this defenseman's job to get out there. The coaching point is this attackman needs to get down to the backside to make this slide as long as possible. This job of this defender is to get there, and then it's a pass, hopefully, for a shot and a goal. Now, a lot of things could happen. This defenseman could not come out. Therefore, this guy just keeps running and shoots. Remember, first job is always to attack the cage, And then once you're played, you move the ball, right? So first, attack cage, second, move ball, okay? And then third is to attack open space. I call it stealing space, right? Stealing space. So anytime you can steal space on offense, you do it. You find the space to steal and you take it as your own, because that makes things more effective. Let's say something happens like this. You have offense, 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 defense, defense. We attack, step out, pass, step out, drop. No pass lane. They've done a good job. Coach them to throw it back up to the top and attack from there. And then this guy's probably going to come. We'll rotate it here and goal. Okay? So ultimately, we want 2 passes and a goal, but it might not happen. Coaching points for the offense: attack the cage till you're played. Once you're played, move it to an open player. And then attack space or steal space when there is space to be stolen. That's it. See you guys at practice.